remember sitting with North in Italy and playing her uh, back to me and asking her, what do you think about this line in the middle of the song? And I was like, do you think I should change this? And she's like, it's a good song. Sometimes I feel like my mom speaks through her. Wow. So I'm like, she's like, it's a good song. This is just a banger. Like, you gotta say what you feel.
I'm not where I wanted to be in life. I thought that by this point, I'll be someone different, but it feels like I'm more or less the same. 2 years ago, my life was finally starting to turn around. I had just surrendered my life to Jesus, and every day felt like it was just right. And then, even though some days were admittedly horrible, I had just slowed down my pace of life, learning to appreciate the hardships because I knew that one day I would miss it. I would often just stare outside my window and watch the clouds pass by, mesmerized by the fact that I have life. It felt like the trajectory of my life was s- starting to get good. A healthy sleep schedule, taking school more seriously, the best section I had at that point, and most importantly, a really great relationship with God. Though it wasn't flawless, of course not. Some days felt quiet, too quiet. I just lost my side hustle that was paying pretty good, I would say. But despite that, I was happy to face reality because I knew that I just had to be faithful to God and wait. It never felt lonely, and I was enjoying every single second that I lived. The days were warm, the sky was blue, and the sun was golden. I'm not where I thought I would be by now. I would have loved if I made more podcasts. I would have loved if I utilized every chance that I was given to grow. Eventually, in the middle of now and what felt like the golden days of me, I've let myself go. I've got caught up with the barrage of circumstances that worn me apart. I've distanced myself from God, my friends, and even my family. The unbecoming of me slowly crept up unnoticed. Loose sleep schedule, losing my focus in school, not taking opportunities for my podcast, slowly distancing myself from church, among a myriad of other things. Same time last year, it felt like I was back in the life I fought so hard to leave. It felt like chaos was back. Time is flying by. I was losing track of my losses in life, and I felt like I was losing my grip and foothold in everything. One day I looked up and shared my feelings to God. I said, I wish I knew. Don't you grow up in a hurry. Your mama be worried. Oh, it was all part of the story. I wish I knew what would eventually happen after asking you of the things that I asked. I wish I stopped. I wish I stopped forcing, trying to make the things you and gifts you gave me work. I wish I listened to you after I had asked if it was time to stop trying to make it work because I felt exhausted. And you said yes. I wish I listened. Because now look, I feel miserable, messed up.
Stone falls slowly, forced from me. Your body leaves, fall to your knees. Your body leaves.
It's been a while since I've accepted that by forcing it to work just wasn't working. The days have been feeling volatile actually. Sometimes I'd look back to what once was and feel sorrowful. Sometimes I'd feel frustrated at myself for letting the things I worked hard for go. I'd miss God, I'd miss myself. I'd think I'd often think to what could have been if I made better decisions. If I only learned to face myself and make the right decisions. Sometimes I'll be in the verge of crying. Yet sometimes I'd feel so emotionless that even if I wanted emotions, and even if the situation really calls for it, I couldn't. But other times I'd feel hopeful. Maybe because I've started to build back my old self, and it feels like the days ahead are lighter and brighter. Oftentimes self doubt creeps in and makes me question myself. If I failed in building back. Some days feels like I'm just drifting, waiting for the day to pass. Other days I'd feel motivated to be productive, but I want to be hopeful. But I want to feel hopeful. Romans chapter 5, verse 35. We can rejoice in our sufferings, knowing that suffering produces endurance, and endurance produces character, and character produces hope. And hope does not put us to shame because God's love has been poured into our hearts through the Holy Spirit who has been given to us. So even though life feels volatile at the moment, upside on one second and down on the next, even though sometimes I can be motivated and feel unmotivated, lively, or sometimes gloomy, I can be one thing: hopeful. Because I know that God is faithful and my life will turn out just okay. All I have to do is be patient.
Stone for slowly forced from me. Your body needs fall to your knees. Your body needs to embody me. Decorated in your bed. Every